See, it's Pride Month. Pride Month as well. I don't know if you noticed. But yeah, it's Pride Month, and man, I get that homophobia, is a huge problem. I never understood homophobia. Like one of my mates growing up, Stephen, he's gay, like totally gay, like wears a little bow tie, likes roller skating, likes big veiny dicks up his ass till he feels like he's underwater, totally gay. But his parents are these hardcore Catholics, and man, Scottish Catholics could give the Taliban a run for their money. So, when Stephen was 14, his parents sent him to the straightening out camp in America, where religious dudes get you to pray the gay away. That I don't think they really thought this system through. Because if you get 200 sexually confused teenage boys together at a camp, overseen by Catholic priests, there is not going to be less anal sex going on at that camp. You know what I mean? So I thought it was pretty stupid, but then I realised it's like when your dad catches you smoking a cigarette and then he makes you smoke the whole pack. These kids are going to come back from the camp with arseholes like a car crash. They are never going to look at a dick again. So maybe these bigots know what they're doing. I don't know. Also, there's a right-wing senator in America whose daughter came out as a lesbian, and he disowned her. And I thought this was ridiculous. Like, surely if you're some sort of sexually intolerant bigot, having a daughter that's a lesbian is the fucking dream. Like, what does he think? What does he think a woman's going to do to his daughter's vagina that's worse than what a man's going to do to it? Some big, sweaty, stinking, hairy man with a big purple veiny cock dripping with jizz and diseases, ramming it in and out of her, slapping her in the face, pulling her hair, gobbing in her mouth, making her call him daddy. How is that in any way better? How is that in any way better than a woman just getting a perfectly clean, manicured finger and just gently going, boop? I'm joking. I know some lesbians with fists like ham hocks. I've only ever heard one convincing argument against homosexuality, and that's that there always has to be one woman, at least one woman present when sex is happening. Otherwise, things get out of hand. And I think there's some evidence for this. Like, man, like, the guy in the comedy circuit, he's a leather daddy. It sounds like some sort of tool for woodwork, but it's not. Dresses up in leather, and he's gay. And he was telling me that one of the things him and his mates do is they shit in Tupperware and they put it in the freezer, and then freezing it kills all the germs and stuff, so then they can use it for playing with and use it for space stalking. Don't act like you don't do it. And I'm sorry, but that's just a situation that needs a woman present. Just one woman being like, no, you're not putting that Tupperware in the freezer next to those fish fingers. That is dinner on Tuesday. Come on, just have a wank and think about yourself. Yeah, Pride Month. I feel like, it started off with LGB, and now the TQ plus is sort of taken over a bit, because there's all sorts of stuff that you can be on the Pride LGBTQ whatever the fuck it is acronym, like the asexuals. Asexuals are on there now. When have asexuals ever been discriminated against? If you're asexual, you're literally doing what the Bible and every father wants you to do. There's no dads being like, listen, we're having none of this asexual shit. Well, you're under my roof, it's my rules, right? You're gonna suck a dick. So we need asexual bars set up so asexuals can go there and have a safe space to not have sex with people. That's just a bar. Maybe not Weatherspoons, but the only time asexuals get discriminated against is dogging, when people are just like, listen, you're just here for the convenient parking. And Kink is on there as well. You know, if you like dressing up as a Labrador or, you know, a sort of rubber thing, whatever, you know, that's on there. And I don't know, but I got to defend Kink. I think it's, you know, a lot of things have been discovered through Kink. Like, you know, the fact that if a pit bull's attacking you, you can stick your finger up its arse and it'll stop biting you. I mean, that was obviously discovered by somebody with a certain proclivity for dogs' anuses, you know what I mean? They're getting savaged by a pit bull and they're all like, oh, it's so painful, oh my God, oh, it's so sore, they're tearing the muscle and I can feel the bone breaking, oh. But while I'm here, I might as well have a bit of fun, yeah. Oh, wait, where are you going? Where are you going? Come back. We've got a lot to thank kinky people for, you know? Like jellyfish. If you're stung by a jellyfish, you know you can get rid of the pain by peeing on somebody? That's just amazing. Like, I mean, somebody pees on you. Don't, like, if you're stung by a jellyfish, don't piss on someone else. That wouldn't do anything. That's obviously somebody just walking around the beach who likes pissing on people in public. Just being, oh, you got a migraine, I'll tell you what fixes that. Fucking some piss on your fucking head. Oh, what's this? You got psoriasis. Oh, I'll piss. What's that? A jellyfish sting? Come on then, let's piss on it. And then it worked. All I'm saying is, like, the cure for cancer isn't going to come from a laboratory. It's going to come from somebody rubbing a leprechaun down in goose fat and wanking them off. That's what's going to cure cancer. And ironically, they can use the rainbow flag. That is the flag of the leprechauns. So, yeah. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, man. We don't need Pride Month. We need Shame Month. This society needs Shame Month. We need people going by on floats, just pointing at people, being like, "You're too fat. You're too fat. You're lazy." Just a bit of that. Maybe the other 11 months of the year. I'll finish writing that bit at some point. But and I see people like Tyson Fury getting a hard time for, you know, he's not fully on board with the Pride stuff. He's got some, you know, biblical opinions, and you know, I don't know. I just feel like that's unfair because Tyson Fury, all he's done for the last like 20 years is practice boxing, and now he's really good at punching people in the head. He's done no work on his opinions whatsoever. If you're some gender studies student with blue hair, all you do is study your opinions, but you're shit at boxing. Why is nobody giving them a hard time for being shit at boxing? I don't know. I've been accused of being toxic, you know, having toxic masculinity. Like, if you don't know what toxic masculinity is, it's basically like being aggressive, being good at fighting, stuff like that. Like, but like, it's only seen as a bad thing because for the past like 50 years we haven't had bears and Nazis and Vikings to fight. Like, we don't know that they're not coming back. You know, there's only a certain amount of oil and internet left, and then the Nazis, the Vikings, whatever, they'll smell weakness, they'll come back, they'll start fucking with us again. What are you going to do if they come over and there's no toxic masculine men left to fight them? Like, you run up to all these non-toxic dweebs and you're like, oh, excuse me, guys, the Vikings have come back and they're down in the village committing some really large microaggressions. They're misgendering people, but they're also killing them with axes. And all these non-toxic dweebs with the right opinions are all going to be, oh, we can deal with that. And then they're going to frantically try and assemble an online petition out of twigs. You know what I mean? Try and phrase it so it doesn't sound anti-immigration against Vikings. Like, no. Anyway, I'm going to go. I hope I haven't offended anybody with the thing about fat people. Because, oh man, like, they do get upset. Like, and, I mean, it's their own fault, but they do get upset. I did a joke about fat people, and somebody in the audience got really angry, and they went away and they blogged about it on the internet with their pudgy little fingers. And then I was doing this show in Leicester, and I'm not joking, fat activists turned up to demonstrate against my show. Halfway through the show, these fat activists stood up, kind of slowly. And they shouted, "We're fat activists!" And I had to agree with them. They were fat as fuck activists. I mean, that's got to be a tough job, by the way, being a fat activist, because if you get too active, you might stop being so fucking fat. I managed to escape by walking up some stairs. One of them threw a milkshake at me, but it was empty. Of course, if you ever do get caught by one, you can just up the. Folks, thanks for supporting live comedy. I'll be Leo Kears. Goodbye, cheers.